From the headquarters of the Guild of Champions, this is the Chris Terrell Podcast, and I am your host, Chris Terrell, and welcome to another week of your weight loss quest. How did this last week play out for you? What challenges did you overcome? What failures did you go through? But more importantly, what I want to know about is what lessons did you get from that failure? Don't let a perfectly good failure go by without you getting your lesson out of it. Now, if you're new here, I've lost 125 pounds myself after an entire adulthood of chronic yo-yo dieting, up, down again, before I finally got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I made some permanent, meaningful, and actual changes to my lifestyle, habits, and routines, to my community, my environment, and my system of beliefs. All of those things created me, and as I changed all of those 6 things, I became a different me in a different body with a different lifestyle. You already know that, right? You got to make it a lifestyle. You've been hearing that phrase for years and years. We don't mean find some form of dieting you like and making that a lifestyle. No. When you hear the stories from people that like myself that have lost weight and kept it off, and we say you got to make it a lifestyle, we mean you have to find a lifestyle that is incompatible with your much larger body. I was 290 pounds, 35 years old. I needed to find a lifestyle that was incompatible with that didn't jive, that didn't go well together with it. That's what I needed to find. You've got to find that too. Now, on your journey, on your quest to obtain the body and life of your dreams, you are going to learn a lot of things. You're going to learn a lot of things about weight loss that are true. You're going to learn a lot of things that are false. You're going to find out there are things that you believe to be true that are in fact wrong, just categorically wrong, not even a little bit right. You're just wrong. And you're out there making decisions based off that stuff. Think about that. And sometimes the reason why you're wrong is because you don't like the truth. And so you'll do the same thing I do. You'll just ignore the truth and hang on to your answer that you want it to be. But there's all sorts of examples that I can think of on my own journey where I would learn a thing and I would be like, that can't be true. And then I'd spend the next month trying to research to disprove the thing I just read, only to just find it was like, dang it was true. And now I just wasted a whole goddamn month because I didn't like the truth. So this episode for some of you is going to trigger that because I've got 10 answers that you won't like. I got to give them to you. You got to find them. You got to learn them. And look, you could probably stumble on some of these answers on your own. Some of them you maybe already have. But why not just give them all to you now? And I don't know. One of these may be the one where you're like, I don't like that. But I'm telling you, everything on here is true. And if you were to just make a little shift in your mind and be like, all right, fine. I'm going to accept that what he's telling me is the truth. And I'm going to embrace the truth. And you'll start getting results that you haven't been getting. And that is my genuine hope, that this episode helps just one person reframe a mistruth that you believe is true, and to reframe it by looking at the truth you don't want it to be and going, fine, I'll do it. All right. Now, before I get to the 10, I got 10 of them coming at you this week. I need to tell you about my free Facebook group. I'd love to have you come join my free Facebook group. You can find a link to that in the show notes by going to christerrellcoaching.com or scrolling down on this episode, and you will see the show notes. There'll be a link. There's also a little box if you're in Spotify that'll allow you to leave me a comment on the episode. I do read those, and I love getting them. So feel free, those of you my Spotify listeners, pull out your phone, scroll down, tell me what you think about the episode at any point during the episode. Your feedback is most helpful, and I've been hearing from many of you. You like the Q&A. So there will continue to be Q&A episodes. But sometimes I got something that I just need to coach you on. And, well, dang it, nobody's asked me the question. So I'm going to ask myself the question, then I'm going to answer it to you. Also, a little change. As of today, this week, first week of March 2020. Wow, I'm still almost saying 20. Wow, golly. You know, January took for damn ever. January felt like it was a year long. February was a blink of an eye. And already we're a good ways into March. That was weird, the difference, because normally January for me flies by. This time it drug on, but I digress. Change that I'm making as of the first week of March 2024. Live streams are no longer going to be in my Facebook group. Facebook has just been being the biggest pain in the butt. They keep copyright striking me for music when there is no music. Like, there's not even any music playing. It's not a misidentification of music. There's no music. And every appeal is taking a week. Well, that's no bueno. That doesn't work. So last Monday, on a whim, I decided to try a YouTube live for the first time. I loved it. It went great. So if you would like to come catch me live Monday mornings, 9 a.m. YouTube, I will be there going live. I'm going to do it again this week. We'll see where it goes from there. All right. Answers you don't like, but that are true. Number 1, you can't target fat loss. I get it. I was reading a post on Reddit the other day in our Lose It where somebody was talking about how they have fat in a certain part of their body. And the person's like, I don't want it here. They're like, I'm losing weight everywhere else except for here. And it just seems so frustrating. Like, I can't just have the body that I want because it's going from everywhere but here. Now, thankfully, when I scrolled down to the comments, see if I needed to chime in, people had already answered, so I moved on. But a lot of people down there are like, no, man, you just got to keep losing. Look at your body fat percentage, and you just got to keep losing. Your body will take it from where it takes it from. I get it. You know, I tend to notice where different people will carry it. There's some patterns, you know. We'll carry sometimes in our lower body, like our midsection, like below our stomach, more around the pelvic area. A lot of us get real frustrated when the fat won't leave there, or the fat in the back of the arms, or on the side of your chest, or that double chin. I get it. It can be really frustrating when the fat won't leave. Like my inner thighs, for whatever reason, my body just felt like leaving it there for a long time. And then, you know, I had this bit in the back of my arms. It just wouldn't go away. And then eventually it just broke and it went away. And, you know, a combination of adding muscle, but it is true. You can't target fat, and any mental energy that you spend focusing on that is just a waste of mental energy, and it does not serve you. All right, number 2. By the way, these are not in any particular order. Okay, these are not in order. I got a notepad in front of me. I wrote them all down, and I didn't feel like retyping it, so I'm giving it to you. And honestly, there's none of these are. I don't think anyone's more important than the other, but you do need to know them all. Number two, answer you don't like, but that is true. You must enjoy the process of losing weight. For real. None of this bullshit enjoyment that I know I did, where I'm like, this is awesome. I'm losing weight and I'm eating whatever I want. I mean, yeah, I got to eat chicken wings and I got to eat eggs and I got to eat omelets and I got to eat nothing with any sort of carb in it whatsoever. And I can't have all that food, but I can eat as much as I want. You know, as long as I can eat as much as I want, you know, we're doing okay here. You know, 3/4 string cheeses at the end of the day to emotionally eat. I mean, just have them because I want them. No problemo. I'm enjoying this. Hey, you want to go to brunch with us, Chris? Oh, where are we going? Oh, that place has my favorite waffles. I'm going to want to have a waffle. I can't have a waffle. That'll make me be a failure, and I don't want to be a failure, so I guess I can't. Yeah, sorry, guys. I'm loving this diet I'm doing. I can't really go. That'd be super sweet. I'm going to go over here. Yeah, I know I could get the omelets, but that place puts the pancake batter in their egg mix, so actually even the eggs have carbs in it. I know, it's such a bummer. IHOP looking at you side-eye. And it's like, you know, there's nothing I can do about it. Sorry, I'm gonna have to pass, but boy, do I love this diet. This is so good. I'm losing weight. Hey, Chris, you want to go with us to get the pizza tonight? Pizza. I'd love to have some pizza, but there's no, I'm loving this. I'm losing weight, eating as much as I want. Sorry, y'all, I can't go. Or you know what? Maybe I will go. I'll just take the cheese and the meat off the top and eat that and leave the crust. This is such a great diet. I love this so fucking much. I would go around telling people, hey, this shakes diet's awesome. I'm losing weight. I don't got to do anything but eat these shakes. You know, I'm just out here in the truck just slamming down this shake real fast so I could go in and sit down and watch everybody eat at lunch because look at me. I'm not letting this diet mess up my life. I love this because I'm losing weight. And of course, you know what happens at the end of every single one of these things is you go, this is stupid. I don't like this. I don't want to do it anymore. I've lost enough weight. I'm done. I'm going to go back to what I was doing before. Why? Because I liked it. And I don't like this. So I'm picking between something I don't like and something I like. What do you think I'm going to pick? I'm going to pick the thing I like. The only reason I like the other thing is because I was losing weight. And if as soon as I have that, you know, which happens to everybody, 2 or 3 weeks where the scale doesn't move. Well, this diet's stupid. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not getting what I want. So I'm going to go back to getting what I want. Hear me, you have to actually, truly, legitimately love every single life day on your way down. Every single day of life, you must love. I can't have you waking up tomorrow being like, oh, another fucking day of this diet. If you're thinking that, you're just quit now. Just stop. You're just putting yourself in agony for no reason. Just stop trying to lose weight. If you're waking up every day like, oh, I got to do all this stuff to lose weight again. Like, just stop that. You don't need to live in agony. You would be better served to stop wasting your mental energy on that and put all your mental energy towards the efforts of finding ways to move more and eat less in ways that you enjoy, that you like. You like waffles? Find a way to lose weight where you eat waffles. You like pizza? Find a way that lets you lose weight without having to scrape the cheese and meat off the top. Yeah, some people do that. Like, no, that's not how you eat pizza. Okay, if you're gonna eat pizza, you gotta eat. And I don't want you thinking like, I love pizza. It's so good with my cauliflower crust. No, it's not. It's not as good. If you genuinely like it, bless you. That's fine. Go for it. But if you're tricking yourself and then you're just trying to convince all of us, aka convincing yourself it's great, it's not going to work. You must actually enjoy weight loss. If you don't like the form of fitness you're doing, find a different one. I hate exercise. No, you don't. You just haven't found a form of exercise you like. You've just found a bunch that you didn't. And so when you keep like, I hate lifting weights. Oh, I got to lose weight, so I got to lift weights. Wait, what? No, you don't. There's lots of other forms of exercise you could do that you might enjoy. People lift weights for long times because they like it or they like the benefits that they're getting that come with it. All right. Number 3, answers you don't like, but that are in fact true. Weight loss, if you have triple digit to lose, this is a multi-year process, period. Look, you could lose the weight fast. I know lots of people, many people, that lost weight through a crash diet and then realized how hard maintenance was and had to do all the maintenance work. And you know how long it took them to get that under control? Not just a couple years. Okay, or you could have just done it all at once. Here's the thing. Here's what you got to do. You got to learn you have a problem of too much fat on your body. You got to solve that problem. You have another problem. When you're not dieting, you keep gaining weight. That's a problem. You got to solve that problem too. When are you going to solve that problem? Because if you get the fat off your body, but you didn't get rid of the problem of when you're not dieting, you keep gaining weight, you're just going to gain it back. Do you enjoy yo-yo dieting? I mean, I know I didn't enjoy yo-yo dieting. It kind of sucks. This is going to take time. Go slow. Losing weight can be done quickly. I know it can. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and be like, keto doesn't work. It does work. It works really fast. I know that. Weight loss surgery doesn't work. I'm not going to say that. It does work. Ozempic and Wegovy don't work. Yeah, they do work. I know that. Optavia, shakes diets, they don't work. I know they work. They work great. They all do really well for losing fat. But I'm not trying to teach you how to do that. Seriously, go to Weight Watchers. If you just want to learn how to get fat, go to Weight Watchers. Go there. Go somewhere else. Stop listening to me. Go away. If all you're interested in doing is cutting fat, I'm not your guy. I'm not your person. Because I'm trying to teach you how to lose weight and keep it off. Lose weight and keep it off. For how long? Forever. We don't do the lose weight thing again. Weight Watchers is more than happy to see you again. I genuinely, truly hope everybody that I work with fires me and we never do business together again. That's my genuine hope. I don't ever want to see you again. Not in a professional setting. I don't. I want this to be a one-way trip to Thinville for you. And it's going to take time because the second part of the mission of fixing why you gained the weight in the first place, that will take time. And if you waste 6 months, 9 months on a fast diet, you've just extended your journey. You either are doing it concurrently or you are doing it sequentially. And if you're doing it concurrently, as in if you're working on why you gained the weight and you're getting the fat off your body, if you're doing that at the same time, some diets like keto you can't do because it robs you of the experiences that you need to learn. Because you don't learn how to stop the gaining the weight in books. You learn it by living your life differently. You have to learn it experientially. All right, answer number 4 that you don't like, but that is true. You can make it last the rest of your life. You can make it last the rest of your life. Now, you might be thinking, Chris, what are you talking about? You can make weight loss happen the rest of your life. You can. And the reason why you might not like this being true is because sometimes people will tell themselves it's okay to gain the weight back because it was probably never possible anyway. There's probably nothing I could do. But it's not true. You can make a change that lasts the rest of your life. But it's got to happen deep within. It's got to happen at the core level for you. And if you don't If you don't give yourself time, you won't do that. Number 5, maintenance still requires effort. Just because you can make this last the rest of your life doesn't mean it's going to be easy. Maintenance is not a carefree way of living that it in any way resembles the life you were living when you found yourself north of 300 pounds. That's not what it looks like. You're leaving the lifestyle that you were living pre your journey. You're leaving it behind. This isn't the land you're returning to. You said goodbye forever. And you're moving to a new life, a better life, one that you want. It's exactly how you want it to be. Unfortunately, it requires effort. When you get to the other side of this, you're going to have to pay attention to your weight. You're going to have to pay attention to what you eat. Sure, it's a lot less than when you're losing weight because you can just listen to your hunger. But you don't ever stop thinking about it because it's your body. And if you stop thinking about it, you become fat again. And that's because of truth number 6. You are predisposed to regaining all your weight. Biologically and psychologically, you are predisposed to gaining all your weight back. It's an unfortunate and sucky truth. But if you have spent a large part of your life morbidly obese, you are prone to gaining it back. The data is too clear that you are. It's not a guarantee, though. It's not a surefire thing. Not at all. But it's going to require diligence. It's going to require monitoring. Yes, you can do this for the rest of your life. Yes, maintenance is going to require effort. And yes, if you stop putting the effort in, you're going to gain the weight back. That's what's going to happen. If you just go back to the carefree way of approaching food, the lackadaisical approach you had to your body, if you go back to that, if you go back to always putting your basic human needs last behind everybody else and you just get the scraps and the crumbs of life, you're going to gain your weight back. If you go back to the life of stress, you're going to gain your weight back. You have all the memories in your head of turning to food. I still remember how good it feels to go to a theater and gorge on popcorn. Whenever I go to the movies, the memories come back. I still remember what it was like when I'd be traveling on a business trip at a hotel by myself, how I could eat whatever and however much I want at whatever time I want without any fear of what someone thinks of me, because no one's going to know. I still remember what that was like. I still remember what it was like to just maximize every meal, constantly chasing the next flavor explosion in my mouth, the next textural joy that I could experience, the next new smell. Always looking forward to the next new restaurant because they're going to have something new. I need new. I still remember what it was like craving that fix. I still remember what it was like. Stay up till 2 a.m. playing video games, chasing high after high after high after high, one round to the next, one round to the next. I still remember. And when I get really stressed in life, my brain still serves up those memories and saying, you could do this. And I have to still go, nah, brain. We're going to go do this instead. I know where that leads. It's tough. It's tough. And you're going to have your own version of this. And it is true that you're prone to weight regain, but it is not a guarantee. It is not a guarantee that you're going to be successful, and it is not a guarantee that you will fail. Answer number 7, truth that you don't want to be true that is true. Your community, for many of you, this is not a universal truth, but for many of you, this will be true. Your community contributed to your weight gain. Your community enables you. Not all of it, but some aspects of your community have played a contributing factor to your weight gain. That's going to mean other people. Any other living entity that is in your life affects you. It affects you. And it impacts the choices you make. Even if it's nothing more than it just presents you with different choices. This means when you lose weight, if you're triple-digit weight loss, if that's you, the odds of you losing all the weight without a noticeable impact to some aspect of your community is very low. The actual truth is you are not going to get through a triple-digit weight loss without it impacting those in your life. It will. It is going to impact the relationships in your life. It will. I could sit here and sugarcoat this and be like, well, some people sometimes when I'll say things like, you're going to lose friends. Many of you are going to lose friends. Some of you might even lose relationships in this. You might lose a marriage. You might lose a connection with a sibling. You might have to leave a job. You might find all sorts of things as you embark on this journey of creating the life of your dreams. You might find that some people and relationships just got to go. And sometimes when a person hears this on the onset, they're like, well, this is too demoralizing. I don't want to hear it. But I reject that because I believe that you're strong. And I believe you can hear the harsh truth and go, it's okay. I can accept it. I'd rather know it was coming. So just know it's coming. And it's not a sign that something bad is happening. It's just part of life. If you look into your past, you'll see you've been leaving people behind all the time. Usually you just don't get to know it's happening until it's happening. This time, you know it's coming. You don't know who, but you know it's coming. Number 8, truth that you don't want to be true that is true. You, like you listening, the one I'm talking to, he's listening to my voice right now, you have been your number one problem preventing your success. You have been the number one biggest obstacle. There are other obstacles. I will agree and acquiesce that environmental factors are factors. I will agree that people in your life offering you food can make it harder to be successful. I will agree that maybe you live rural and you don't have any access to some sort of good place to work out in the cold months of the year. I can agree that that could make things difficult. However, all of these other true impactors aside, all of them together do not equal the amount of impact you have had. You are your number one biggest hindrance to success. You are the number one boulder in the way. All other boulders are smaller than you, and all of them combined weigh less than your boulder. You are the biggest thing. And you don't want it to be true. And here's the fun thing about the truth, the next truth. I'm going to go ahead and give this one that comes after it. Number nine truth that you don't want to be true is you're the one that is going to be the one that fixes this mess. You're the one that will be fixing this mess. You see, it's actually a good thing that you're your biggest hindrance because all of these other things, these factors outside of your control, you can't do anything about them because they are, what is the phrase? Out of your control. So if you're telling me you can't progress forward because of factors outside of control, outside of your control, that means you are powerless. That means you're a victim. And I reject that you're a victim. You might have been a victim in experience, but you are not a victim. You are you. And you might have had things in your life prevent you from being successful as you would like, but there's nothing you can do about it. Stop pointing your fingers at the immovable and start pointing your finger at the changeable, which is you. You are the one that is in your way, but you are in control of you. And if you are the one that's been preventing your success, that means if you can learn how to get yourself to get out of your way, the field is open and you can make it to the end. You're the one you've been waiting for to step in and fix this mess you're in. And we both know this mess goes beyond your weight. Look around your life. You got lots of things that you want to be different, and they're not. You're the one that's supposed to fix it. If you're waiting for somebody to come and save you, no one is coming. The reason why no one is coming is because the person that's here to save you is already there. It's the person in the mirror. It's the person who I'm talking to right now. It's you. Yes, you. You're the one you've been waiting for. And the longer you keep resisting that, the longer you keep saying, I can't be successful because of this thing that I have no control over, the longer you are defending being a victim. The longer you are defending your helplessness. Stop defending your helplessness and start defending your power. Your ability to change yourself is your power. Yeah, it's going to take time. Stop wasting time hunting for shortcuts. What was the one I said earlier? Number 3, this will take time no matter what. Changing takes time. I know. I've been doing it. It takes time. But if you don't ever get started, you're never going to be done. So get started. All right. Answers number 10 that you don't like. Truth number 10 that you don't want to be true, but that in fact is true. Weight loss is simple, but simple things are hard at scale. Everything you need to do in a single day to lose weight is easy. To have a single day that would, if you were to repeat it, resulting in weight loss is easy. Having one day is easy. Now I want you to have 1,000 of them. Well, shit, that just became like a whole thing. Like that's 1,000. That's over 2 years. Like that's a long time. My previous career was in commercial cleaning. I would tell people this all the time. I could train a monkey to clean a toilet. Like cleaning a toilet is easy. Now go clean 500 of them, 5 nights a week, 52 weeks a year. Go do that. And if you miss one, you're going to hear about it. Oh, I mean, that's a whole thing. Taking out a trash can, easy. So easy. I deal with this all the time. I would have a customer get a complaint. They're like, how hard is it to take out a trash can, man? Can't you janitors do anything right? Seriously, people would talk to me like that to my face. And I was like, we took out 9,000 of them last night. I'm sorry we missed one. I can't say that on the inside, but I'm not in the industry anymore. So now I can say what I would say to you, Mr. Customer. We took out 10,000 trash cans last night, and you're telling me about the one I missed. You find me any other industry that requires that degree of perfection. I'm willing to bet you don't work to that level of precision. But anyway, I digress. Let me come back to what we're talking about here. When I would teach someone how to take out a trash can, if they just have to take out one, simple. Here's a trash bag. Walk over, grab the bag, take the bag to the dump, put the new bag in. Like, okay, easy. Awesome. I need you to take out 1,000 of them tonight. Well, okay. Where do I carry the trash bags, right? It doesn't seem like a complicated problem. It's easy to solve. All right, we solve that. We put it in the barrel. Great. What do I do when I fill up the big barrel that I'm carrying around? Oh, well, you got to set it down. What if it leaks? Oh, that's a good point. We don't necessarily need that leaking on the carpet, and you won't know it's leaking until you set it down. Okay, well, how do we get it down to the dumpster? We now have 60 55-gallon bags spread out across 12 floors of a building. How do we get those to the dumpster? Okay, great. Now we got to do this in an efficient way as possible, because if we're too expensive, somebody's going to come in and underbid us and take the business from us. So we got to figure out how to do this fast with as minimal effort as possible. All of a sudden, this task of taking out a trash can becomes complicated because we've scaled it, because of the high frequency, because of the volume. There is no one single thing of weight loss that is hard. Not a single thing of it is hard in technicality, just doing it once. But if you're going to do it for a long time, it's going to be hard, because you're going to make it hard, because you're a person and your interests are going to change. Your motivation is going to wane. You're not a robot. You're not going to be perfectly consistent from day to day to day to day to day for 2 years straight. You're just not going to. You're going to constantly be throwing your own monkey wrenches into the work, and then life is going to be throwing monkey wrenches into your system. You're going to constantly be changing your system that you are scaling to work for your whole life. Weight loss is simple, but simple things are hard when done at scale. And this is going to require you to be much more systematic with how you're approaching things. You're going to have to hyper-focus on sustainability over effectiveness. Many of you, you're out there chasing the most effective and efficient form of getting weight off your body, all at the expense of adaptability. Keto is remarkably effective, very not adaptable. Weight loss surgery, super not adaptable. You've literally modified your body. You can't just decide to change that. Going on Ozempic, not adaptable, because the moment you stop taking it, welcome to gaining your weight back. Your plan must be infinitely adaptable, and that is going to come at a penalty to effectiveness and efficiency. And that's okay, because you're doing this for a long time. The rest of your life, in fact, till you're dead. I'm not trying to sell you something you're going to do for 6 months. I'm trying to sell you something you're going to do for the rest of your life. And the thing I'm trying to sell you is the life of your dreams. And it costs you just your own effort. Like, you don't have to pay anybody for it. You can just go get it. But you got to be the one to do it. And sometimes that means you got to be the one to get out of your own way. So I ask you, to those of you right now listening, I don't know who you are, but I know some of you right now are listening. You've been getting in your own way for the last 6 months. And you're listening to this podcast mistakenly thinking that this is a substitute for actually doing something. When are you going to get going? When are you going to get started? Do something. Make it simple. Stop overthinking this. If you're doing nothing, just pick something stupid, simple, and easy to do. It's more than you're doing now. I don't care how much more you're doing. I just want you doing more. Anything more is, so go after it. Crush it. Do something new this week and lose a little weight.